Yo, what's up, YouTube? This is your boy Alex. Today is Saturday, another working day. Now, some of you people like the idea of me making videos that are new, unpredictable, over the top, out of this world. And then some of you do not like when I do videos like The Walking Dead versus Resident Evil. Because there was this one Hispanic girl that saw the video and she actually thought I meant stuff in the movies is real, which I find funny because I am going to make a future YouTube video. I haven't forgot about it. I just want to wait until we get the spring break to make the video called Sex Game Stop Reacting off the name of a title of a video when it's used to get the attention of people to watch the video. Because too many people, they see a title and they react off of it without actually watching the video. Or I just might call it Stop Judging a Book by Its Cover, to get straight to the point. Now, this video ain't going to be talking about, viruses and outbreaks and shit like that. It's still February, so it's still African American History Month. And I was sleeping last night and I came up with an idea. Some of my best ideas are either when I'm at the gym working out. Yes, you heard me, at the gym, or asleep. Those are when I have my best ideas. When I'm at work, can't have no ideas because they be like, Alex, you moving too slow. Get your ass and get a move on. Or when I'm at school, Alex, stop looking at Dragon Ball Z and do your assignment. So some of my best ideas are when I'm asleep or in the gym. Sometimes when I'm doing martial arts or playing basketball, that's when I have the best ideas. And what can I do for the last day of African American History Month? And then as soon as tomorrow comes, less than 24 hours from now, it will be the month of March. And then less than 5 or 6 days, there'll be a very special, important day, and it's for women. So I thought, what if I made a part one before I make the actual video of Women's International Day? So I thought I would take 3 of the best African American women in sports and do a combination. Half of sports and then half of Women International Day. And then when it turns officially March, which will be tomorrow, I actually make the actual video that actually celebrates all women of all race and color. So this one's kind of like the video before the main event. You know how in boxing they give you a fight before the main event? Well, consider this before the main event. Something to look forward towards that next video. So this video is about women in sports and their crowning moment and accomplishments. So it doesn't matter if I go in any particular order. We're going to call this video Sex Game Women's International Day in Sports. Because I like to break my stuff up in the categories. So we're going to go with sports. And matter of fact, because it's Women's International Day, I probably just might break it into 3 videos. Oh yes, I'm gonna have to make my videos so competitive and so creative. I have to do something that ain't nobody willing to do. So I'm gonna talk about women in sports, women in television and film, and then make the 3rd video celebrating all women. So if that's okay with you, black women, is that okay with you, white women? Is that okay with you, sexy Latina mamacitas? Hold on, let me say it only The Rock knows how to say it. Finally, The Rock will give you 3 videos. Finally, if you smell, with the second coming of the great one, as I tell you, 3 of the best African American females in sports, if you smell what The Rock is cooking. Sorry, had to do my impersonation of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He's supposed to be getting married, so yeah, still African American History Month. Alright, let's start with tennis player Serena Williams. Now, Serena Williams is the little sister of Venus Williams, and she lives in Compton, California. And basically, she had her rise to fame and claim in the late 1990s, early 2000s. Now, they first did tennis at a park, and as the story goes, they wanted to play tennis, and these gang members wanted to play basketball. So the dad had to beat out the gang members to play tennis, and that's how the legend of the Serena sisters began. Serena and eventually would surpass her big sister Venus, because Venus kind of came in there in the late 90s, like 98, 99 is when Venus came into her own. Venus would go to the U.S. Open in 1999. Right off the back at 1999, Venus would just kick ass, take names, and clean house. You know, I had never watched tennis on TV, and the only time I would ever watch tennis on TV is when a young Venus Williams came in there. This woman was like 6'1". I had never seen nobody come in tennis and win their first year. And plus, I had this high school teacher in high school that just kept watching tennis, and I just started watching it. Now, Serena came in 99, 2000, and both sisters won the singles. They call them double single championships. You know, there's grand slams, and then there's tag teams. So they won the tag teams, and then they separated, then they won individual accolades. And I remember at the time the news was asking who they think was going to be the better player. Now, in the very beginning, Venus was the more agile, more athletic, more gifted, more scientific tennis player. A lot of people don't give her the respect and the credit that she deserves. I mean, this woman was the first one to come into the sport of tennis. She was the first one to give women's tennis its powerful resurgence. And she got overshadowed by her little sister, Serena Williams, which draws a lot of controversial between the two. Who's the more better, more focused, more hungry, more driven female tennis player? Remember they asked the father that, and the father said they're both equally on the same level. He would never say who throughout is who's better. He would just say they're equally on the same level. Now, Serena Williams has won 39 Grand Slam championships. Do you have any idea how many championships that is? No one in the history of tennis has ever done anything before it or after it. Now, you have people win 10, 15, 20 championships in tennis. Serena Williams went as far as to prove that not only that she's the best of the best, she's the best, period. She's been doing tennis for like 20 years. And if they were to do a Wonder Woman television show, she could literally play Wonder Woman. Like, Serena Williams is like Wonder Woman with superpowers. I mean, the big booty, you know, that grunt before they banned the shit because they claim it was too intimidating. I'm like, how's that intimidating when you have other people who do stuff in other sports and it's allowed? But she grunts. It's intimidating. You got to be fucking kidding me. I mean, for almost 15, 16 years, the grunt was a part of her way of how she won. And it wasn't until like 2016, 2017 that they finally decided to ban it because they said it was intimidating to other people. Intimidating? Kiss my ass. You always think something that somebody does in a sport that's competitive is intimidating. If you ain't the one doing it, oh, it's a problem. But I'm trying to tell you how this goes. She won 39 championships. She went to the U.S. Open in 1999. Yes, I have a script. 1999, 2002, 2008, 2012, 2013, and 2014. But she also went to the Australian Open like at least 5 to 6 times and picked up like maybe 5 championships in the Australian Open, the U.S. Open. There's the tour, you know, the tennis tour. She is toured all over the world. China, Japan, Canada, Mexico, you name it, she's gone everywhere. She's kicked ass, she take names. She pops up in movies, television shows, food commercials, radio commercials. The woman's got 4 books. The woman has a clothing line. The woman is an inspiration to women everywhere. Like, if you wanted to take an athlete, right, and you wanted to model the perfect athlete, Serena Williams is the perfect athlete in women's tennis. She is the Michael Jordan of tennis because she won the most championships. 39 damn championships. Do you know even how hard it is to even just win one championship in that sport? She won 39. And I think maybe 15, 16 years, somebody made a comment and said, I don't think you ain't got no man in the man division that have ever won that many championships. Like, there are some guys that have won some championships, but Serena is taking it to a level where when she retires, do you have any idea how many years it will be before anyone can come into women's tennis and try to set a record and break a record? That's 39 damn Grand Slam titles. And to win one is complicated. And I had a friend of mine that I played basketball with who played tennis for 13 years, and his brother actually went to a U.S. Open like 14 years ago, and he had the privilege to meet Serena Williams and Venus Williams. So I would say Serena Williams is like the Michael Jordan of women's tennis. She is sponsored by Nike, and she is sponsored by Michael Jordan. And she has her own clothing line. You see this woman in movies, television shows, a clothing line, 4 books. I mean, this woman has transcended the sport. And the reason why I say she is the Michael Jordan is because she's been in the sport for like 20 years, kicking ass and taking names. And no one who goes up against Serena Williams has an answer. I mean, just when you think she's done, she always surprises you and comes back for more. Now, there is that controversial loss that she lost to an 18-year-old girl and no one suspected it. But hey, it happens. I mean, it was Kobe versus Michael, the rematch, and Kobe got back at Michael in basketball. So what you expect? She won some U.S. gold medals. I mean, she won at least 2 or 3 U.S. gold medals. So even on that level, who could touch Serena Williams? I'm pretty sure when it's all said and done, they'll probably give her a statue because, come on, this is the Michael Jordan of women's tennis. Not to say Venus ain't accomplished nothing, because Venus was also kicking ass and taking names. Venus was first. Venus has won 14 championships. Again, you have any idea how much it takes to win those types of damn titles? That's 14 damn championships. So I would say Venus Williams is like the Magic Johnson of women's tennis. She came first. She won those championships first. She set the tone, and Serena Williams surpassed her. Think of it when Michael Jordan came in the game. All of a sudden, Magic was gone, and the show was all about Michael Jordan. Well, Venus took a break. Serena took over. So that's why I say Serena Williams is the Michael Jordan, why Venus is the Magic Johnson of tennis. I'm doing this with high-level respect. These are 2 black women in tennis. So when I watch tennis, it's because of them. I'm talking about when it comes to women's tennis, when I see them kick ass, I'm like, God damn, they in here whooping everybody's ass. Like, shit. Now, let's switch over to women's basketball. Now we have Candace Parker. Candace Parker, who, as you know, is an LA Spark. Now, she stands at 6'4", some say 6'5". She played at a college called Tennessee State, and she won two college championships in women's college basketball from 2002. I think from 2004 to 2008, she won 2 championships. The first year they lost. They actually lost in their first women's college championship game. I remember that. She lost. She had a knee injury that prevented her from playing at 100%. The second year, they got knocked out of the tournament, and then her third year, she won a championship. And then I think her senior year, she won back-to-back women's college basketball college championship on Tennessee. They beat the famous female basketball coach who's known for winning the most women's college basketball championships in women's college basketball. And I will talk about her in the third video, when the video is all about all of women's crowning achievements. Okay? I'm just telling you about Candace Parker. Now, Candace Parker would then eventually get drafted in 2008 of the WNBA and was #1 overall pick by the Los Angeles Sparks. And her career took off. She became the second or third woman in WNBA basketball history to slam dunk the basketball. She could hit three-pointers. For someone of her height, she could hit threes, post you up. She had powerful post presence. She had mad crossovers. And she could make free throws. And she became the third or fourth woman in WNBA history to score 20, 30, 40 points in a basketball game. Sent the game into overtime, won games at the buzzer beater. She did it with the LA Sparks. And finally, after struggling for almost 8 years with the team, they finally made some adjustments. They got some players in. They made some trades, like the Lakers. And she took on that same level, just like Kobe Bryant, stepped up to the plate and won a championship. 2016 was the year that they won a championship. She won a championship. She won the WNBA Finals MVP. Turn around and becomes a 2-time WNBA MVP. She does all of this in 1 year, by the way. She put up big-time superstar numbers. So those are the 3 women that I picked in sports. Now, some people might say, how come you ain't picked women in boxing or mixed martial arts? Because that would make the video way too long than what it has to be. And it's still African American History Month, but that's why I picked 3 women. And then I'm going to turn around and do one for women in television and film. So little by little, we're going to start mentioning names that are very familiar to you. So women can watch this YouTube channel, men can watch the YouTube channel. So you now have a little treat. Because once tomorrow, when March comes, Part 2 is going to be me talking about women in television and film and how they broke barriers in television and film and crowning achievement moments. I'll handpick actresses that sound familiar to you. And then when we get closer, not March 8th, which is the official date, but close to that date, I'm going to make the third video, which is pretty much going to be me naming off women of all races of color. For all women, black, white, sexy Latinas, Asians, Indians, Samoans, you name it. I'm going to try to make my best to mention all the females and their crowning achievement of moments. So, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you hate the video, give it a thumb down. Just don't say nothing disrespectful in the comment sections. If you do, your comments will get blocked and deleted, and you'll get reported. Point blank simple. I don't have time for ignorant bullshit. Until next time, peace.